Hi guys and welcome to the What If League. Today's experiment is what would happen if Real Madrid bought Eden Hazard in the January 2018 transfer window. As you can see on the screen, I have decided to move Eden Hazard to Madrid for a transfer fee of 130 million pounds. This is just a number that I saw in the media online that it was tossed around in the rumors for Hazard joining Zidane's team. In this experiment, I'm going to fast forward until the end of season 2018, and then we're going to see what was the impact of Hazard to the Los Blancos, and afterwards we're going to fast forward another three more seasons into the future to see how successful was Hazard and whether he managed to bring more trophies and glory to the Spanish Giants. Here we are at the end of the first season, and as you can tell, Barcelona are crowned champions, 2 points above Atletico Madrid. Valencia are in third place, and Real have dropped to fourth place. So apparently, Eden Hazard did not manage to make a huge impact in his first season. We're going to see what happens in the next three. Just quickly looking at the player stats, I don't see his name anywhere, which means that he didn't really fit in nicely and quickly into his new team. Cristiano Ronaldo, on the other hand, had a phenomenal second half of the season with 17 goals, which is quite a lot considering that they only played a handful of games. Before I fast forward and three more years into the future, let's quickly have a look at Eden Hazard's career stats. We can see that he played in 20 league games, scoring 5 goals, managing to make six assists, and picking up 4 Player of the Match awards with an average rating of 7.78, which is remarkably high. I'm very surprised that Real Madrid did not manage to qualify higher in the league and they finished fourth. But I guess this is what happened. As Azar is cup tied in the European competitions, he did not play any games there, but in the local cups he played 5 games, scoring 1 goal and picking up 1 Player of the Match award. Quickly looking at Real Madrid's fixture list to see what happened with the other competitions they were part of, we can see that they won the Club World Championship final, which we already know actually. This experiment started in January, so let's see. Copa del Rey quarterfinal, they lost against Atletico Madrid. Actually, they won on aggregate, but afterwards they lost to Malaga. Then in the Champions round, first knockout round, they drew with Monaco, and afterwards they beat Monaco away from home. Afterwards, unfortunately for them, they were beaten by Bayern Munich after losing at the Allianz Arena, and they also won the Copa del Rey in the final against Valencia, so they managed to pick up at least one trophy in this first season. We are now three more years into the future, and first of all, let's check what happened in the Spanish La Liga. In the first season, as we saw, Barcelona were crowned champions. Let's see what happened in the next season. Real Madrid are now champions with 96 points, four more than Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona is 10 points behind them in third place. In the third season, Real Madrid are champions again, this time only a point above Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Valencia completing the top four. And in the last season so far, Barcelona have reclaimed the title. Real Madrid have dropped to third place. Sevilla has broken into the top four, with Valencia dropping way down into eighth place. Quickly looking at the Copa del Rey, we know that Real Madrid won the first one, but now we see that they also won the next two before Barcelona claimed the domestic cup in the final season in year 2021. We can see that in the last season of this competition, Eden Hazard was the key player. We see that he had the most Player of the Match awards as well as the most goals. Now, let's quickly have a look at his stats and how is he performing in these three seasons. The first season, he only played half of that season because he was transferred in January. And the next one, you can see he has very, very high average rating, which means that he's probably one of the star players of the team and is influencing games quite a lot. He's scoring, assisting, he's all over the place, and I would not be very surprised if he is in the contention for the Ballon d'Or awards. Quickly, let's now go through the European competitions. And in the very first season, the Europa League was won by Arsenal after they defeated Borussia Dortmund in the final 3-1. Arsenal qualified for that game after defeating Ukrainian Dynamo Kiev in the semis on penalties. Portuguese Sporting Lisbon in the quarters, and the Dutch Ajax with a staggering 8-1 aggregate victory. In the second season, Chelsea were champions of the Europa League after defeating Leverkusen. They qualified for that game after defeating Tottenham, Lazio, and Villarreal. In the third season, the Europa League winner was Monaco after they defeated Arsenal in the final. Monaco also defeated Lazio, Milan, and Tottenham on their way to that game. And in the final season so far, Liverpool are the winners of the Europa League after beating Inter Milan in the final. Liverpool also defeated Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea, and Borussia Mönchengladbach in order to get to the stage and win the game at Wembley. Moving up to the Champions League, in the very first season of the experiment, Manchester City were champions of Europe after defeating Chelsea in an all-English final. So Manchester City win their very first Champions League in their history. On their way to the final, they defeated Barcelona. This was probably a very special match for Pep Guardiola. They also defeated Atletico Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain on their way to this very historical event in their history. Second season, Real Madrid were champions, defeating Manchester United in the final. I'm guessing that Azar had something to do with this. You can see that in the semis they also beat their neighbors Atletico Madrid with 6-3 on aggregate. In the quarters, they managed to sneak past Juventus only on away goals, and in the first knockout round they eliminated Arsenal. In the third season, Juventus managed to claim the highest European competition accolade after beating Barcelona. They also managed to defeat Real Madrid 3-1 in the semis, Bayern Munich in the quarters, and Manchester United in the first knockout round. So this was a very, very big achievement for Juventus. A lot of big challenges on their way. In the last season, Bayern Munich were crowned European champions after defeating PSG in the final 3-1. Bayern Munich also eliminated Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Arsenal on their way. And finally, before we conclude this first part of the experiment, let's also check the Ballon d'Or awards and see what happened there. We can see that Alexis Sanchez won the first one after he was bought by Manchester City from Arsenal. This is very interesting. Lionel Messi won the next one, and Neymar won the last one. I don't see Hazard anywhere near those, so probably he did not manage to be as successful as we thought. But what I am going to do, I am going to fast forward another 3 more years into the future. And since this video is getting very long, I am going to leave this for part 2. So I think this is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you like the video and subscribe or follow my channel to receive notifications for when I upload the next part. In the meantime, if you have any requests or thoughts about the experiments, or you want to see something specific, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and bye.